Hey, my name is Derek, and in this quick video, I'm going to explain how your tech startup can get its first viral video. So for a little bit of context, this is me in 2020. Looks like November 15th, 2020. My first viral video on TikTok. Let me see here. We had 3.5 million views, but I don't know if we can find the analytics right there. So obviously after a certain amount of time, then the analytics will like disappear because it's been like 6 years. But as you can see here, 3.5 million views, 380,000 likes, 6,500 comments, 1,400 shares, and 9,000 saves. And I've been repeating upon this formula for different niches, including the racing niche, and then call it the military or FPS niche, since 2020. So I have a proven formula of how to go viral using a unique style of content. So this video is how to get your tech startup viral, your first viral video using this kind of content. So if we go over here, and again, this is more content you'll be able to create once you get your first viral video, but this is basically an ad, an organic ad for your video. I'm going to replay it here. So as it clearly says here, app for beginners, how to dodge punches, right? And the first is a nice little tagline that says, don't let a knockout be your wake-up call, right? And as you can see here with the views, we only have 278,000 views. Accounts reached 170,000. Interactions, we have a nice little blend of non-followers 83%, and then followers 16%. Reels interactions 18,000. Likes 5,700. Comments 6,700. Saves 3,700. Shares 2,000. 13,000 accounts engaged. Now this video isn't viral in the way that the other video that got 3.5 million is, but this video is basically optimized for conversion, studying a little bit of Dan Kennedy, John Carlton, Alex Hermosi, those kinds of guys. You learn how to put together a video that gets conversion, but it doesn't work if you don't have an audience. This was made off of an account that has 150,000 followers. So what we're going to do in this video is to teach you how to get that first viral video that helps build you an organic audience so that you can later put out content that is optimized for conversion, which we at Strike8 can also do for you. But here we go. What you want to do is create gamified interactive content. All right, gamified interactive content. So what does that mean? It means that it's content that you basically participate in. You can see here with all these reds and greens, these are basically like score overlays. Like if you go to the red, you lose a point, but if you go to the green, you lose a point. We'll just pick a not as high performing one. So this one is 63 likes, 9. So as you can see here, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 9. Tutorial, move to the green to score, right? So you move to the green side to score, right? If you go to the red side, then you obviously lose a point. And then I'm teaching them how to do it, tutorial. And then here we go immediately. You have the scores up here, and then you have the score counter going up, +1, +1, +1, +1, etc., etc. This is gamified interactive content, content that you participate in, right? The thing about normal content is basically you just scroll through it, right? You just scroll through it and you just, everything blends together. It doesn't really demand participation from the viewer. And because it doesn't demand participation from the viewer, you're basically giving away all your power, right? Like you want them to watch your video and convert them from a viewer to a user, like downloading your app. But the content is the product that gets people to download your product. If you haven't mastered or polished your content, nobody's going to download your app because nobody's going to know you exist, because as soon as you show up, they're going to scroll. There's minimum, I think about 4,000 pieces of content are posted on Instagram per second. So that's about, I would say what, per minute, that would be about 240,000 pieces of content. I could be mistaken on that, 240,000 or 24,000. But essentially, well, there's definitely that much that goes out within a day, at least. But essentially, you have to sift through, people have to go through all the content that's available, that's being constantly uploaded, and pick your content out of the sea of content that's being uploaded every single second. And the only way to basically stand out of the crowd nowadays is to do gamified interactive content, because nobody else is doing it and it hasn't really caught on to the mainstream yet. Let me see if I can find another video from another brand to kind of give you a better look at things. Okay, so I had trouble finding any other videos who are doing gamified content well. I've already did this video in another in another piece of content, but here we go. So this is gamified content, right? It's can you guess the country, right? So new plus Z plus land, so I'm New Zealand, right? New Zealand, okay. This one is Oceania, whale, ocean, Wales, okay, Wales. Two R key, Turkey. Cool. So that's another form of like gamified content. I've already done this one in another video, but I've just realized like how rare it is to find good, well done gamified content on Instagram, on anywhere. I even tried to go to this brain game quiz thinking they would have something on here, but they really don't have anything. See, if you were this app, you have 2 million users without gamified content. Like if you were just creating, you know, quizzes, challenges, puzzles, like they say take mental tests, but the content itself isn't a mental test. They could just make the content a mental test, right? So if you're a mobile app, especially if you're training someone, if you're teaching them, if you're instructing them, if you're trying to do this, if you're trying to do that, you need to what you need to do is you need to create content that incites self-directed curiosity. Can you do this? Would you do that? How do you XYZ? Like self-directed curiosity that challenges the user's belief on their capabilities, right? So we'll just go back to mine real quick. So this one is for racing. Do your reflexes suck? So it's a negative, right? Not are you a good racer or do you have great reflexes, is do your reflexes suck? It's trying to point to a pain point, right? So you go here, do your reflexes suck? We have the score at the bottom and then the instructions, pause on green to score. I usually put tutorials so people know that it's not time to go yet, right? And then it says here, this game isn't as easy on IG because you got to hold the pause. It's more like anticipating when the moment will come instead of reflexively tapping, right? So that's just due to the platform, right? But mostly by and large, right? This is interactive content. So we're trying to challenge their reflexes, right? So I have to click on green when I pass. I'm challenging their reflexes. They're part of the game, right? You build up anticipation with the countdown. You have a short little score. So this short little score, only 0 out of 3, it lets them know that it won't last that long. So it kind of, what do you put? It motivates them to watch till the end because they know it's not going to take too long. It's a quick game. I'll find out if my reflexes suck. On to the next game. Right? Like that. Right? Like that. Like that. So it's supposed to be, this one is supposed to be easy, obviously. But the point is like, this will get way more engagement than content than normal racing or motorcycle content because it's just passive. You just watch it. You're not really part of the experience. So with your mobile app, a lot of people in your space, your competition, they're just making passive scrollable content. Now, the last thing is how do we get them to convert? And that's where this kind of content comes in. We're going to go back to boxing now, right? This one, like I'd explained before, is the ad content. 5,700 likes, 6,700 comments. That's a very good ratio because these people are mostly asking about it. Hey, where is it? Can we get it? And then it's us in the comments responding. Like I know there's some bad ratios where you might get like what 50 likes to 200 comments, which means people don't like the video. But in this one, like so many people are asking about it as opposed to just liking about it. Like it's generally neutral to positive, right? Maybe another one. Let me see if I can find another one. Here's another one that's like a more instructional piece of content, how to spar people better than you. This was like a nouveau kind of content where it's just like I create a game, but I try to teach a lesson beforehand. Let me see if I can go to, right, and I say here, skip to 023 to play the game. This might mess with watch time a little bit because they're not necessarily watching the whole video. They're skipping ahead to the video, but then they might watch the end of the video. But I don't know if the person will, if Instagram counts them skipping from 00 to 023 as like them watching it. I'm not really sure about that one. It's a nouveau kind of content, but this one already did pretty good. This got 46,000 views and 38,000 accounts reached. It's mostly reaching new people, interactions, non-followers, 87.8%. This is a piece of like another piece of interactive content, and we came up with the idea of just like make a long tutorial, and if they just want to skip to the content, just say skip to 023 to play the game, right? Right, so you have to pick the option based on what I'm going to do, right? So we have 5 points up here, right? They pick an option. They just can click with their phone, or they can either play with boxing. It's more kinetic or kinesthetic, so they could actually be at home moving, and they can be dodging, or they can be blocking, or whatever. So that's kind of a privilege that we have in the boxing niche, where it's very kinesthetic, it's very physical, it's very kinetic, so they can actually be moving while they're at home. But not every niche can do that. Lots of you doing a language learning or finance or diet, nutrition, like then obviously you can't do that, right? So that's kind of what we have going on with that. So I wanted to keep this video nice and sweet, nice and short, but essentially if you want your first viral video, you need to create a piece of gamified, playable, interactive content, okay? That's short, sweet, to the point, has a tutorial. The points are spaced out correctly. This thing can't be a minute long. It can't be 50 seconds long. It's got to be short, sweet, to the point. You have to use graphics, and it has to be easy to understand. And if you can start to create a system of that kind of content, you can go viral immediately, and you set yourself aside from everybody else in the niche, because you were the first to do it, right? You want to be the first. What would you call it? Like a first mover. You want to be the first in your market to be able to be using gamified content. That way, anyone who tries to do it after you, it just looks like they're chasing after you, right? Because if someone else does it before you do, even if you copy it, even if you do it better, they'll always be. You'll be like, oh, they're copying this guy. You don't want to be the one who's copying. You want to be setting the trend, not following the trend. And that's what a lot of social media marketing agencies and et cetera are doing. Is they're basically just going online and what's viral, and then they tell their client to just copy what's viral, right? You have to create the trend. You have to set the trend. You have to be viral, not chase viral. So that's all I have for this little short video. I'm going to get this uploaded. If you guys have any questions, if you want to work with us, email us at strikeit@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram. If you want us to create anywhere from 5 to 50 pieces of gamified content for you and distribute it across social media platforms, we can do that for you as well. If you just want to do consulting, or you just want us to guide you through how to create gamified content, we can do that for you as well. We have a full stack, full suite of services. Whatever you need, we can get it done for you. But yeah, I just want to keep this video nice and sweet, nice and short. And yeah, check out our other pieces of content for more information on basically gamified content, how to create it, why it works, the psychology behind it. And you'll also see on my page that I'm studying, gamification, like Octalysis, like Yukai Chao. He created some books on gamification. I'm studying other people in business, like Alex Hormozy, Layla Hormozy, like the people who are big movers in business in the modern day, so that I can better create content that goes for conversion, like this one right here. App for beginner boxers, how to dodge punches. This came directly from learning how to do copywriting from, say, the John Carltons, the Dan Kennedys, the Alex Hormozys, not using AI to like write everything out for you and not even checking it. And you know what I mean? Like actually learning how to write good copy, like word for word. I was going to say bar for bar. It's a skill that you got to learn. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll catch you guys out in the next one.